Hi guys, Easter Sunday 2013. We went to Chewina to do a bit of highbanking in one of our creeks up there, but alas, it was completely dried. We did actually get some good metal detecting done and got ourselves probably about, I think from memory it might be about 8 nuggets. One was pretty good though. We've gone to a different creek, Grabben Gullen Creek, that's in southern New South Wales. We'll get it go on the Sapphires this time. Then we'll show you why a forward classifying screen is a lot better than a grizzly bar at the back, just for your gold part, by throwing a nugget that we found yesterday onto it. We'll show you what would happen with that nugget if you actually shovel it onto the back of a grizzly bar type classifying screen if you're high banking for gold and you're in an area where there's some fairly big nuggets. Okay guys, we'll fire up the banker now, show you some of the sapphires we're getting from this here stream, Grabben Gullen Creek. You've got to realise it's all solid clay, it has to be broken up. You can't just throw it in and rake it out. You've got to break it up first, release the sapphires out of the clay, then check it as it's going down your classifier, check to make sure no big ones are going over the edge. But you've got to wash the whole lot and break the clay up.
So as Wally puts the wash, I rake it in front so I can see the sapphire in front. So break it all up. Oh, pretty raw. Yeah. Look at that. That's a big sapphire. That is huge! See, this is why this is so good.
Yeah, that's a very large green sapphire. That would normally, if you don't have a forward classifying screen, that sapphire would be straight out the back in grizzly bar.
And look at the colours.
You'll probably get about 10 carats out of it, maybe about 12 carats out of it.
Yeah, it's quite a big.
But guys, this is not a seeded sapphire, this has come straight out of the hole. If you were to run a grizzly or anything for sapphires or gemstones out the back, this stone, you're looking maybe about a $5,000 stone, gone back to Mother Nature.
And you gotta shake it every now and then.
Okay, you're prospecting Australia for them, guys. Now, the main reason I run a forward classifier, especially when we're doing gold and sapphires, you know what I mean? I'm going to just show you one of the nuggets we found yesterday. We found about 8 of them, but this is a bigger one of them. I chuck it in there. If that was to go into anywhere that had a rear type arrangement with a grizzly bar, that nugget, it's only a 21 gram nugget, so it would go straight out the back over your grizzly bar. I'll show you how easy it is for me to pick that up when I throw a heap of clay in there, break it all up, bring it forward. I'll see that every single time. I'll show you what I mean. Now I'll throw a heap of clay onto this. Now, what I'll do, I'll break all this backwards and forward, pull all the big rocks over, pull all the big rocks off, and now what happens, I can always see what's in my tray here. I can see any big nuggets or any big sapphires here. So as I start putting this over the top, I'll bring this back. Right, straight away, I can see in here, it stands out like you would not believe. Like there's no way that nugget could go through, and there's no way I could miss a nugget like that coming down the box. If that comes down my box, that particular nugget, I can see that straight away on the box. That would go through a grizzly bar, out the back of your box, I can guarantee you, every single time. Now, not a big nugget, only around about the 20, just a bit over 20 grams. But as you can see, I can see that. If I missed that, I'd have my eyes closed. So, more reason for, at the end of the day, running all your stuff down the box. At least that way, if you've got a big nugget that comes down the box, you can see it before it goes away. See now, something like that would ordinarily go straight out the back of your box. Believe me, it's happened before when we used to run grizzlies. That's why we run a forward-going classifying screen like we do here. My recommendation, if you're going to do anywhere that's got serious size nuggets, or at least anything over about that 10 gram mark, get yourself a forward-going classifying screen. You won't miss pieces of gold like that. We're going to stop the box now. We'll have a look. We've gave it a fair good shake. We've done about a 4-hour session. We'll have a look and we'll see what we've got. We'll do a quick clean up. We'll see how we go. Now, there's not going to be much gold in this box. There's very little. If we get a gram of gold, I'm not going to pan it out. If we get a gram of gold out of this creek, we've had a really good day. But it's mainly a Sapphire creek. I'll go and turn the pump off now, guys, and we'll have a look and we'll see how we went for the day for the Sapphire. Okay guys, I'll take the box apart now, the top part of it off, and I'll get Liz to actually go through with her little jar because she's got smaller fingers and they're only little sapphires, but there is a couple of good ones amongst them, I think. And we'll have a look and see what's inside the box. We'll have a look and see how we went inside the box. I'll show you what the layout is and where the sapphires generally get caught. Most of the bigger stones will be fairly similar to what happens with your gold, and a lot of those will be up in this back end up here. Now, I don't know whether you can see that very clear, but that's all the heavies.
Zircon!
Yeah, that's a fairly large zircon. We'll have to put some of these up to the light a bit later, I think. But you can see through the back of the box. I'll just quickly scan through the box. You can see all the black spinels. A lot of that has got sapphires, a lot of it's got zircons, a lot of it's got garnets in it. But you can see as it comes down through here how black all that is. Then you come to this bottom section, and it gets less and less as you get right to the bottom. So when I get right to the bottom end down here, we start to get mainly sand, and that's been, I'd say, a good, probably about maybe 2 cubic metres of clay has gone through this box. That's why you've seen us shaking it a fair bit. But a lot of these stones might be a bit hard to see because unfortunately we haven't got much sun, but we'll get a lot of these out. I'll just lift that tray off at the back.
Big zircon and sapphire just sitting on top.
The sapphire there.
That's a big spinel. That's a spinel.
Yeah, a lot of those are going to be hard because they're in the shade to actually see.
Zircon. Oh, big zircon again. Hang on, a little blue sapphire there, but
I'll try to get through the back of the box here and see if we can see it a bit better from the back of the box. Probably not. Unfortunately,
sapphire.
We're not in the right position to see all these.
Sapphire. That's a sapphire.
There's quite a few sapphires, some reasonable size. That's actually one in there as well.
That's a sapphire. Another sapphire.
That's a sapphire as well. That's a sapphire.
Oh, that's a big sapphire.
That's a sapphire as well.
There's another sapphire here.
And some fairly
Hang
big.
on, it's filling up my container. And I haven't even...
That's a sapphire as well.
Another sapphire.
Just put it in your hand.
Hang on, I don't know which one to pick. Hang on. Oh, a big sapphire. Okay, I'm gonna go through here because that is a big sapphire as well.
It's a sapphire as well. Yeah, what we'll do, we'll actually take some of these out here, otherwise this video is going to go too long. We'll pull them all out and then we'll show you what's in the box. But we didn't bring a small sieve with us, so we're going to have to take some of this home and put the 1/8 of an inch sieve through a lot of this stuff. We'll only take out the bigger ones and show you those up against the light once we get them out. The actual concentrate looks a bit more like this. Now, in amongst all that you'll see sapphires. It's probably a little bit dark to see too much, but there's like sapphires in the middle there, quite a few of them. Quite a few sapphires in there. And actually a lot of zircons in amongst it, but some of them are good sized cutters. And they come up actually quite nice. And there's a few bits of gold in there as well. That's the day's loot. There's a couple of good ones. That larger one on the end there, if you can pick that one up, Liz. Yeah, that one's about a 35 carat stone, and actually if we hold it up to the sun, you might get an idea. Okay, well that's the blue one, a bit of yellow on the side. There's a lot of inclusions on it, but the centre part of it is actually quite good, so it'll probably cut around about a 10 carat stone, that one. Okay, and Alright then, fellow prospectors, the two best for this Easter weekend, this Easter 2013, the nugget on the left hand side there, that's around, it's a bit over 20 grams, and the blue / greenish goldish sapphire on the right hand side is around about the 35 carat mark. So all in all, a pretty successful couple of days out chasing the gold and the gems. Thanks guys.